Once upon a time, in a faraway land called Babylon, there lived a kind and brave young man named Daniel. Daniel loved God with all his heart. He prayed every day and chose to live in a way that made God smile. Daniel also had 3 faithful friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They were wise, kind, and loved God too. Even though they were far from their home in Jerusalem, they never forgot the God of heaven. Every morning and every night, they prayed to him. And guess what? God was always with them, watching over them, even in a strange land. One day, King Nebuchadnezzar, the mighty king of Babylon, built a giant golden statue. It was taller than a building and shone brightly in the sun. The king made a strict command. Whenever the music plays, trumpets, harps, drums, everyone must bow down to my statue. If anyone refuses, they will be thrown into a blazing fiery furnace. The people were afraid. They didn't want to disobey the king. And so, whenever the music played, crowds of people bowed low to the golden statue. But Daniel's friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, shook their heads. They whispered to one another, "We can never bow to a statue. We only worship the one true God." One morning, the music sounded. Drums rolled, trumpets blasted, and the crowd fell to their knees before the golden statue. But 3 figures remained standing tall, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The king's servants gasped. "Look! Those 3 are not bowing." They ran to tell the king. "Your Majesty, there are 3 men who refuse to worship your statue. They only worship their God." The king grew furious. His face turned red with anger. He shouted, "Bring them here at once." When the 3 friends were brought before him, the king thundered, "Is it true that you will not bow to my statue? If you refuse, I will throw you into the fiery furnace. And what God can save you then?" But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered gently and bravely, "O king, we do not need to defend ourselves. If we are thrown into the fire, our God is able to save us. But even if he does not, we will never serve your statue." The king was shocked by their courage. His anger burned hotter than the fire itself. The king ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times hotter than usual. The flames roared, crackling like thunder. The guards tied up the 3 friends and pushed them into the blazing fire. The crowd gasped and covered their eyes. Surely no one could survive such a fire. But then something amazing happened. The king leaned forward, staring into the flames. His eyes widened. He rubbed them in disbelief. "Wait," he cried. "Didn't we throw 3 men into the fire? Look, I see 4. And the 4th looks like a son of the gods." Inside the furnace, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were walking calmly. Their ropes had burned away, but not a single hair on their heads was harmed. And beside them stood a shining figure, glowing with heavenly light, an angel sent by God to protect them. The flames danced all around, but the fire could not touch them. They were safe. King Nebuchadnezzar rushed to the furnace. He called out, "Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out." The three friends stepped out of the furnace. The crowd gasped. Their clothes were not burned. Their hair was not singed. They didn't even smell like smoke. The king fell to his knees. He said, "Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. No other God can save like this." From that day, the king made a new law: no one was allowed to speak against the God of heaven, for he alone was powerful and true. Children, the story of the fiery furnace teaches us something very special. God is always with us, even in hard times. We can be brave and stand for what is right. And when we trust God, He can do amazing miracles. So, whenever you feel afraid, at school, at home, or anywhere, remember Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Remember that God was with them in the fire. And He is with you too. Now, as you close your eyes and drift to sleep, imagine the warm glow of God's presence around you, just like the angel in the furnace. The night is peaceful, the stars are twinkling, and God's love is keeping you safe. Shush! Rest now, little one. God is watching over you, just as He watched over His brave children long ago. Good night.